Hello again, it's me. Hope you're doing okay. Going to show a couple of ways of dragging and dropping sound samples onto your channel rack on your playlist, and we'll do some show you some quick editing ideas as well. So at the moment, obviously I've got the channel rack open and samplers are ready to go. So I could go and put, say, I've just chosen the hot valve. Okay, and assign it a track. Down the bottom here, this is where, to look at the sample, you do some quick edits. You can use the fade in and fade out. If you look at the top here in the dialog, this is the fade in, fade out there. So for example, if I wanted to do quick fade in and a quick fade out like that. So that's one way of doing it. You've got some sort of control over it. If you go into the audio side, so this is my preferred way of doing things, what I've learned since I've been using FL Studio. Click on this plus button and you'll see audio clip. Give it an assignment again. Channel 6 I'll put that on. I've got my mixer set up already for the channel 6 and 5, and you'll see why in a minute. Part of my cunning plan, hopefully. So yeah, so audio clips, so we go hot valve again. So for example there's your sample on there. So that's another way you can do it. Here's the playlist. So in this one here, what we can do is we can say, right, okay, this is the better. I think personally, this is a better way of working. You can actually see the you can actually see visually the waveform shape as well. So yeah, so basically if you go up to the top here, we click in this corner here, this little wave icon, left click, go down to channel settings. Here's your channel. You'd assign it the right track. You've got your fades in and out again. And the other way you can do it also, then, if you were to drag and drop this Edison onto your channel, this is a really powerful editor. This is, he says. What you can do then is to drop that onto your editor, and you can actually work on the sample much better. It's a really good, really powerful. So for example, we've got a bit of a tail on the end of there, we want to just shave a bit off. Left click. What I like to do is I like to go and left click and go to zoom in. If you left click and highlight it, zoom in on selection, you zoom right in on the particular one, then on the right at the very end of your wave sample that you're editing. That's what I meant to say. So I was just about to cough then. And just fade in, left click and go zoom out full. Now a bit more on that one. Here's the gotcha that I found as well. If you leave your selection like this in that natural state, and you go up to these two buttons here. So send play to place order, clip to channel, or drag and drop. You notice now I've only got a small section of the sample, which is not ideal. Well, say it's not ideal, I mean you can use probably just that little bit, I suppose, but you know, you could might use that as if you wanted to, just using the playback feature there. So what we're going to do with this one, we're going to do this one is we're going to unselect it and drag and drop it. This way you can actually drop it on the track of what you want then, so you can either go down here or whatever. There we go, and that's the change there, you see. And if we want to highlight it, these colours in here, by the way, are really bright. They're quite savage. I think it's a good word in it, savage. Sorry. And so yes, that's that one. So that's those two. This one down here is a bit more. It's a bit more severe, I should say, because what we've got here. See, when they've recorded the sound sample, it is cut off really quite abruptly, really savagely. I mean, you can go in and change the, you know, the normal fade in, fade out, and the rest of it like that. And then it alters the actual whole sample, you see. So again, what we can do there is go up to Edison on that particular channel. Give ourselves another sample. Go into, say, somewhere around there. Fade it in. And we can do the same this end, because this end's obviously quite abrupt, so we can actually. I don't want to do that. Undo. Do that side first, it's easier, isn't it? So you've got a sample like that, for example, you've got that all organised. Here's the gotcha that I found. If you then hit send to playlist as an audio clip, or drag and drop. So it only gives us a small section of what we selected in the Edison. Which is not a bad thing in a way, because you might want to show, you know, you might be chopping up the sound file for various purposes, like, you know, what people do in music and stuff. That's not what we want to do. What we want to do is you want to edit the whole sample. Let's fade out. Let's do a little bit more on that. Yeah, you see I've selected it, but then this little tiny little bit here needs dealing with. One. There you go. That disappears now, see? And then left click again, zoom out full with the home key. So now when we actually go and actually drag it and drop it onto the playlist, give it a colour. Spend absolutely hours fiddling around with stuff like this, you know. It's one way to pass, you know, it's an excellent way of learning stuff as well. And if you like, you know, some of my friends and that like to go down the pub and that, but this way it saves you a lot of money going to the pub, because you can obviously buy beers coming in, but some pubs and that are expensive, and bars are expensive these days. Anyway, we're digressing. That's a good word, isn't it? Digressing. Something like that, for example, so you can see This is the before, obviously, and there's the after. So what we can do now, when you compare the two, turn those off a minute. Just left click solo. So right, here's the edited version of that one. You can, of course, turn the volume down a bit on these. We need to put, assign the track on that one as well, because obviously we haven't assigned it because this is a new sample. Okay. Right. So that's the hot valve. Yeah, boom, right at the beginning. That's a good way of describing it, boom. Yeah, this is from the previous experiences with like Reason. I started off with Reason years ago, and Ableton. Was using sort of sound wave files and AIF files like this, and I couldn't sort of figure out how to actually smooth off the edges because some of the recordings were cut off like this. But this is a really good way of doing it, you know, this way. So we compare that to that one. Sorry if you can hear a little kind of a faint beep. That's my neighbour's got an electric scooter, disability scooter, so he's going out on it. So sorry about that. You see how smooth that is now? You don't get an abrupt start. Then, once you've done that, what you can do is then, say for example, let's take these ones out. Put these two together, for example. Something like that, for example. A lot nicer, isn't it? A lot nicer. So yeah, so that's basically how you sort of deal with these samples like that. You know, it's basically just spend a bit of time with it and just sort of trying out different options and things. A quick word about sort of track colours. You know, they're quite intense, let's put it mildly, but it's great because if you, for example, you've got a busy track, you want a particular part of it to be highlighted, for example, like automation lane, for example. If you've got vocalists, for example, if they're, you know, you want to look at the overall recording of their voice, if you like, and things like that. So you can go up to rename and colour. Let's do the obvious thing at the minute. That changes the excuse me. That changes the obviously the background in there. You see, it's quite hot today. Got this hay fever back again. If anyone suffers the hay fever, I'll feel you. It's not nice. So in this one here, you can change the colour to something like that, for example. So you've got the background's orange, and then obviously the sample is the same colour as the top header bar. Well, of course you can't really see the label up there, but no matter, it's all good. So for example, we do that one down here, so that'd be hot valve. You can use these custom colours, and you've got this slider here. You can change the hue and the shading, all sorts of things. But something like that, see, it's quite severe, isn't it? Putting it mildly. Mind you saying that, you see the state of some of the cars that are on the road these days. The colours and that, I've seen crazy colours sometimes. These are the colours that your colour palette changes as obviously as you use these, so you can customise these. So for example, so you've got loads of different choices in there, but yeah, as I say, that's basically that in a nutshell. Hope you found this idea interesting, and hopefully you might be able to pick up some ideas and then use it in your work as well. Loads of different options. Say Edison is a brilliant piece of kit for doing all kinds of things in there. You've got loads of different hidden tools as well in there, but yeah, different tools in there, see, things like that. But yeah, as I say, that's about it from me for now. What I'll do in the next time round, I'll show you about the fades, as in track fades, how you create sort of automation fades and things like that, be it individual tracks or the whole track itself. And yeah, there's good ways of doing that too. So thanks again for watching, and catch you all later.